Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into one of humanity's most enduring puzzles, the mystery of pyramids. We're going to peel back the layers of these incredible structures, moving completely past the guesswork. Instead, we're looking strictly at the hard math of their construction and the crazy hidden chambers that modern science is still discovering inside them today.
So, let's kick things off with a quick question. What is the very first thing that pops into your head when you hear the word pyramid? It's one of those words that evokes a totally different image depending on who you are.
Honestly, you might instantly be thinking of a financial pyramid scheme, right? That term popularized back in the mid-20th century to describe those sketchy business models. But we're leaving the financial schemes behind today. We are focusing strictly on uncovering the secrets of the ancient architectural wonders.
Now, here's a wild fact for you. While Egypt's pyramids at Giza from the Old and Middle Kingdoms are unquestionably the most famous globally, they don't actually hold the record for volume. Modern-day Sudan actually has the most pyramids in the world. They were built over nearly 1,000 years by the Kushite civilization along the Nile River. It just really shows you how widespread this whole architectural phenomenon was.
But to really grasp the sheer, unbelievable scale of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the one built for Pharaoh Khufu, we just have to look at the staggering math. This single monument is made up of an estimated 2.3 million roughly dressed limestone and granite blocks. Just try to visualize that for a second. 2.3 million massive individual stones.
And that insane number of blocks brings us to a massive weight constraint, because together they total a staggering 6 million tons. To make it even more mind-boggling, some of the Aswan granite blocks used specifically in the king's chamber weigh up to 80 tons each. Transporting an 80-ton block of solid rock in the Bronze Age, that is just an absolute logistical masterclass.
So here's the real kicker. To finish this massive structure within Khufu's estimated 20-year timeline, the builders had to move at an absolutely blistering pace. A December 2025 engineering analysis by Cadence AI proved mathematically that ancient workers had to perfectly place one block every 2 to 3 minutes during daylight hours. Let that sink in. One giant block every 2 to 3 minutes for 2 whole decades.
Section 1. Solving the engineering puzzle.
Because of that insane ticking clock, the math actually eliminates the long-held idea of a single massive straight ramp. Building and dismantling a ramp that big would have taken almost as much effort as the pyramid itself. Instead, rigorous mathematical scrutiny validates exactly 5 credible construction theories. These range from wet sand sledges to counterweights in the Grand Gallery. What this proves is that ancient Egyptians relied on a highly adaptable, multi-technique strategy. There was no single magic method, and yeah, definitely no need for alien technology.
We call this the integrated multi-method approach. The techniques literally shifted as the pyramid grew taller. So sledges on wet sand and external ramps handled the heavier lower blocks up to about 43 meters. Then internal ramps took over for the middle sections. And for those massive 60 to 80-ton granite beams in the King's Chamber, they used advanced counterweights operating through spaces like the Grand Gallery. It was an incredibly dynamic, evolving job site.
You know what the most amazing takeaway from all this hard data is? The math confirms that this entire project was 100% energetically feasible using human muscle power alone. It didn't require millions of slaves. It actually just needed a remarkably small, highly organized modular workforce of about 20,000 to 30,000 workers coordinating massive stone extraction from the Giza and Tura quarries. The real genius here wasn't magic. It was unparalleled organization and logistics.
Section 2. Ancient Myths and Legends.
Of course, before we had modern engineering software to prove how these monuments were built, history was filled with some incredibly wild guesses. Take the Roman writer Pliny the Elder in the 1st century AD. He famously theorized that the pyramids were built using giant ramps made entirely of salt and nitra. His big idea was that once construction was done, they just redirected the river water to melt the ramps away. It's wonderfully creative, but yeah, mathematically and practically impossible.
And the legends about what was actually hidden inside? Oh, they were just as wild. In 987 AD, the Arab bibliographer Ibn al-Nadim recorded this fantastical, almost cinematic tale. He wrote about an explorer who journeyed into the Great Pyramid and supposedly found incredibly preserved bodies alongside a golden receptacle filled with fresh blood that just quickly dried up as soon as it was opened.
It paints a pretty spooky, mysterious picture of early pyramid exploration, doesn't it?
Section 3. Discovering hidden voids inside.
Now, obviously, those ancient tales of fresh blood and melting salt ramps are purely myth. But modern science is proving that these monuments absolutely still hold real, physical secrets. If we map out modern subterranean and internal discoveries across the globe, it's fascinating. We move from a 1971 discovery of a man-made cave system under the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan, Mexico, all the way to massive breakthroughs in Egypt, including a huge one that literally just happened in December 2025.
Let's zero in on 2017 for a second. Scientists from the Scan Pyramids project used cosmic ray muon radiography. Basically, this uses subatomic particles to peer straight through solid stone. They detected a massive, completely inaccessible cavity at least 30 meters long, sitting right above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid. And to this day, its exact purpose remains a complete mystery. Is it a structural relieving chamber to take weight off the gallery? Or is it something else entirely? We literally still do not know.
And building on that exact momentum, researchers working with the Scan Pyramids project made another unbelievable breakthrough in December 2025. By combining radar, ultrasound, and electrical resistivity, they located two very specific air-filled cavities. These are sitting at depths of 1.4 and 1.13 meters, right behind the unusually polished eastern facade of the Menkaure Pyramid. This gives us the absolute strongest evidence yet for a long-rumored, completely hidden second entrance.
So what is the ultimate takeaway from this explainer? Well, even with absolute rock-solid mathematical certainty about how the builders moved and stacked these blocks, the mystery of pyramids is far from solved. These brand-new voids discovered just recently prove we still don't fully know what is inside these ancient monuments, which leaves us with one thrilling question to wrap up on. With our technology constantly revealing new, untouched spaces, what else is waiting in the dark?